Do you think big or you think like mediocrity? Welcome back. My name is Weronika and today we'll talk about simple ways to become confident and successful professionally and personally. Let's talk about the book The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwarz. This book is an uplifting and empowering book, stating that the size of your success is limited by the size of your thinking. What I believe is the most essential lesson after reading this book is this: the man who says he can and the man who says he can, they're both right. Think about it. Isn't it exactly what differentiates those who achieve success from those who don't? It's their own belief that they can or can't do something. Let me prove to you why so. This book carries on a timeless message that your mind is a thought factory, and the way you feed your mind leads to a positive or negative outcomes and results. And it's your call which one is it. Here's the way you can evaluate whether you think big and got the right attitude towards life, or you think like an average person who struggles. Thinking like mediocrity. When you're in college, you want to get a decent job and a decent salary. If you don't like yourself and don't believe in yourself, how can others? You don't even think you could get a job you'd enjoy. You believe your current job is a necessity and something you need to have for a stable income. You believe you're too young to go for your dream job because you lack experience, or you're too old to shift your professional path to the one you truly desire. You feel like you don't have what it takes to succeed. You're just not good enough. Someday, you will start saving, investing, and being satisfied with your life. You strongly believe that the most of your failures were caused by external factors like other people or circumstances. You have no clue how to solve an issue, and you're pretty sure it's unsolvable. Thinking big. When you're in college, you feel excited to rule the world and become an expert at whatever you feel good at. You don't sell yourself short. You put a high price tag on yourself. You believe if you commit to it, you will get anywhere you want with your career. You believe your job is a tool you use to grow, spread your wings, be curious, and seek areas you're good at and can improve at. You're eager enough to do what it takes to figure out multiple ways on how to improve your professional path. You are sure you can do it. You just need to think of a way how you can make it happen. Today, you start saving, investing, and taking specific action so you feel safe and enjoy your life. You believe that your failures are not for someone else to blame but yourself. You're not sure how to solve an issue yet, but you're already thinking of multiple ways of approaching it to seek the right solution. Have you established which approach is the one you tend to present? If it appears to be the small thinking approach, it's totally fine. Let's learn how to change it. Now let's break it down by taking a look at the top 5 lessons that the book shares. Be the person you want to meet and be the change you want to see. Always do your best to be understanding, empathetic, and kind towards other people. We all have our ups and downs, and sometimes we let the emotions which accumulate throughout the day take control of how we approach the people we meet. From the receptionist we come across at our office to clerks, cashiers, or delivery servicemen, sometimes we lose it when something doesn't go according to plan. The same goes for how we treat people in our personal or professional lives. We tend to focus on coming across as people who have the right skill set, intelligence, or experience, so we believe we're supposed to be respected, which eventually should equate to being liked. And guess what? What people genuinely remember about others is how it feels to be around someone, rather than any kind of skill set or technical knowledge. Being positive, kind, and respectful to people. Encouraging them and letting them know you notice their dedication, effort, and achievements. This is the attitude to keep in mind and start spreading so it becomes a habit of yours, a genuine one, to spread positive vibes around you. This way, if you ever feel overwhelmed with any obstacle or an issue caused by someone else, you'll remember that this person is also a human being, probably a nice one, kind one just like you are. And sharing your positive energy with them may change the trajectory of the situation you're both in and lead to a happy ending. The author brings up an example where a company would evaluate their employees upon whether they are an employee of a category A or B. An A person would be driven, curious, eager to learn, proactive, and treat the company they work for as a place that enables them to grow. While a B person would show a passive attitude, focusing on performing the very minimum and being driven by retirement plans, security, extra time off, and sick leave policy. I know someone could argue that there's nothing wrong in being appreciative towards stability and security, and that is true. However, an A person is always on the hunt for ways of making things more efficient, is curious, and develops as a person and employee. While a B person does not thrive to do so, but instead focuses on satisfying the basic needs of the employment contract. Ask yourself whether you want to be inspirational and become an authority to others, or whether you prefer staying neutral and transparent to the others around you. To think confidently, act confidently. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. It's that simple when you think about it for a while and let it sink in. Hoping for a miracle to change where you are right now is not enough. What can you do today to make things better tomorrow? Nothing will change until you act, and in order for you to start acting, you need to start believing in yourself. Because your mind is the one capable of believing that you can do whatever you want to do and change your current situation to a better one. I know that it sounds like a cliche. I'm aware it's easier said than done, but hear me out. When I was reading the book, I stumbled upon this sentence that stuck in my mind. The man who believes he can't and the man who believes he can, they're both right. Your attitude and belief in your own success is your power. How many times have you thought you couldn't succeed? Whether you have second thoughts about changing jobs, opening up a family business, or moving to another city or country for a new job, the tendency is that the moment we get an idea that could improve our tomorrow and lead to a better quality of life, we get flooded with a waterfall of negative thoughts and what-ifs. Instead of thinking if you can do something and look for reasons not to do it, ask yourself how you can do it instead. This way, you channel your resources to seeking solutions and they come up naturally. Last but not least, think of it this way. If someone asked you if you think you're able to do something, like, do you think you're the right fit for the job you applied for? And you say, nah, honestly, I feel that my skills and my experience are decent, but honestly, I'm not sure if I'm the right person to handle this responsibility. No, you wouldn't say that. So why would you tell that to yourself in your head and convince yourself that you're not worth something, you don't deserve something, or you're just not good enough? Let me tell you that you are good enough and you should always put a high price tag on yourself. Don't sell yourself short. If you don't know how to execute something yet, you can learn it and succeed. Invest in your mind. Make friends with Mr. Triumph and break up with Mr. Defeat. The author brings it up when talking about the difference within how we even start our day. To be motivated and open to anything that's to come, you should appreciate each day and manifest it out loud so you approach any idea, any goal, situation, or obstacle the right way. You should make friends with Mr. Triumph. So when you wake up, you should say that it's a good day and you're excited about the tiny things that you enjoy, like drinking coffee, eating breakfast with your family, or listening to your favorite podcast. Because you direct your mind to a positive attitude, which helps with keeping your spirit and staying motivated throughout the whole day, full of ups and downs. Mr. Triumph keeps you from being discouraged, from getting annoyed and doubting. And then there's Mr. Defeat. When on the other hand, you wake up with the attitude as if it was the worst day ever. Oh gosh, another hard day full of pointless meetings. It's not like they're going to change anything for me anyway. You focus on each and every tiny thing that annoys you right from the start and builds up the narrative that nothing turns out the way you want and everything is against you. Mr. Defeat jumps right in when the first negative thought appears in your head and quickly finds his way to multiply the negativity, doubt, and feeling that you've already lost before even taking a chance to accomplish something new. The author says that you should learn how to feed your mind with psychological sunshine and positive thinking. A positive attitude channels eagerness and the capability to look for solutions naturally when an obstacle arises. On the contrary, feeding your mind with ifs, don'ts, and can'ts only makes you draw even further away from accomplishing your goals. The mind is what the mind is fed, so invest in your mind. Today, not someday. Stop making excuses. This belief and negative power are the two fundamental causes of distancing yourself from the idea of taking the first step right away in order to change the dissatisfactory and uncomfortable state you find yourself in. If you feel weak and that you lack what it takes to break destructive habits, relationships, or professional careers, you may start falling into a trap of creating excuses and reasons why taking a chance and making an attempt to change what you dislike won't work. Unfortunately, this type of thinking represents a victimized mindset that doesn't create the space to shine for your natural curiosity and motivation to improve. The very common excuses we all heard and probably used are age, too young, too old, and time, not enough time. How many times have you thought that the reason for you to fail is that you're way too young or way too old to do something, or that there's simply no time to concentrate and dedicate to a new activity that means so much to you? I bet we have all been there and done that. However, as you've probably already heard me saying it quite often, since this channel is about personal growth as well, taking responsibility for failures is key. It's a lot more valuable for you to put effort into something that truly matters to you and not necessarily reach your ultimate goal, because this way you don't lose, since you've learned loads and acquired experience along the way. Instead of giving up and wondering if you can do it, start thinking how you can do it. Believe it or not, possibilities and solutions will come up organically when you open your mind to thinking big and looking at a bigger picture. As the author said, where there's a will, there's a way. Nothing can stop you. It sounds like a cliche, but it isn't, because every great success story started out as an idea in someone's mind first. Make your environment work for you, not against you. Motivation and inspiration are crucial when it comes to big thinking, thinking outside of the box, and staying eager to seek new ways to improve your life. To do that, you could circulate in new social circles, look for developing and stimulating activities to avoid boredom, and days when you literally lie down on your couch and binge watch pointless sitcoms. Look up to those who made it on many levels, who are inspiring leaders, successful entrepreneurs, or experts in their field, and last but not least, kind human beings who embrace others with respect. Get the psychological sunshine, meaning a positive attitude and tiny daily habits that cheer you up and build you up. And don't let suppressive forces control your decisions and plans, whether they're people who put you down and shoot down your dreams, or whether they're all kinds of external forces influencing your perception of a situation. In order to be inspired, look within to see what works best for you in relation to learning and growing every day. Take advantage of the wisdom and experience of others who share their ideas, whether they are your loved ones, co-workers, leaders, or public figures who have figured it out. Read books, try out new hobbies, and become good at something to build up your confidence. Think of things not as they are, but as they can be. Visualization adds value to everything when you think of what can be done in the future, rather than when you're stuck in the present. See big things and you will get those things done. To wrap it up, when you think small, you tend to question and doubt anything, which ultimately leads to failure. Well, instead, you should channel your energy and look for solutions on how to accomplish your goals. That being said, the ultimate statement is that when approaching anything with a positive attitude and self-confidence, or on the other hand, hesitation and fear, the way you construct your mind to approach your obstacles or goals implies whether you will succeed or fail. Those who feel insecure and overwhelmed by the reality they live in, and those who seek new tools on how to break whatever they're stuck with. If you're looking for inspiration to change your personal or professional growth directions, this book is the right choice to start with, and acknowledge what is necessary to accomplish whatever aim you set for yourself. And remember, if you don't believe in yourself, how can others? This is the Investors Podcast Network. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to watch our next videos. In times of inflation, however, the prices rise and money owed to you loses value. When you get paid back, your cash buys fewer goods. Then it is better to own assets like stocks that rise in value with inflation. The key elements of bonds are the interest rate and the term.